Well, we've been expecting you. Welcome everyone, good morning. My name is Anna.
Hello everyone, this is Eva. Welcome to Map of Me Morning Show.
You must be wondering what we're doing in this big office today.
So before we pause your excitement and your curiosity, let's do a little reintroduction on what Map of Me really is.
So Map of Me is a digital youth platform where we teach young people how to become their own entrepreneurs. You're going to learn skills that are going to help you land your first internship, get your first job, or maybe even start your own sustainable enterprise.
Not only that, you're going to meet successful people who have their own set of experiences and skills, which you can use and be successful too.
And along with that, we're going to explore the city of Kolkata and see all that this place has to offer. We're going to see what the people of this city have to say.
And do not forget to stay tuned with us in the last segment of this episode. Really answer quick quiz questions and win exciting prizes.
So now let me tell you all about these big offices.
You know what? Big plans, really great plans. These are the office they actually started from.
And that's exactly what we're going to talk about in today's episode, how to write your business plans.
So, you know what? Let's ask the people of Kolkata and explore a little more on the topic.
Hi.
Hi.
So please tell us the name of your brand.
Well, I run a brand that was first named as House of Anushka. It has been renamed to Mukti Dalli brand.
Okay. So the first one is, when you got the idea to start a business, what were you thinking? What were the things that you were afraid of, and what was going on in your mind?
Well, I started the brand, out of frustration. Actually, I was into a job, and then, I realized that I needed to do something of my own. So that was the idea behind starting Mukti actually. So, yeah. And the thing that I was afraid of everything, because I did not know how to run a brand. I did not know where to start from. But I took a plunge, and 2 years later, it's okay, it's fine.
When you started the business, what were the skills you had to learn to run it, and do you still use it? If not, what are the skills that you use now?
I had to learn everything because when I started a business, I did not know where to start from. I just had an idea, like I knew what I wanted to do. So I reached out to weavers, I wanted to start from the root. So I reached out to the weavers. I studied, then I took lessons. Actually, there were classes that were run by Punarjeevana. There's this, they have this whole thing going on, and the founder of Punarjeevana, she was actually hosting a few sessions, paid sessions of course. So I took those sessions, and there was a whole lot of, a whole lot of homework that I had to do, and a whole lot of learning actually. So, but the thing is that the learning has not yet stopped. Like every step of the journey you learn something, and you take it along with you. So it has not stopped, and I'm learning every day.
Would you mind telling us your name?
I'm Shweta Dhar.
Okay, so Shweta, we're going to ask you a few questions about business, small businesses. So the first is, when you got the idea to start a business, what were you afraid of, and what were you thinking, and what was going on in your mind?
Okay, so আমি আমার বিজনেসটা স্টার্ট করি লাস্ট ইয়ার লকডাউনে 2020-তে। তো তারপরে দিস ইজ 21, তো আমি স্টার্ট করি বুকমার্কস বানানো দিয়ে। আমার সব কিছু এখন হ্যান্ড পেন্টেড, আমি হ্যান্ড পেন্টেড বুকমার্কস দিয়ে স্টার্ট করি। এখন কর্নার বুকমার্কস, নোটবুক কভার, সিগারেটস, ব্যাক কভার, ফোন ব্যাক কভার, পোস্টার, ইঙ্ক কভারও আমি দুবার করেছি, পার্টিসিপেট করেছি। সো এখন টোট ব্যাগস, আরও অনেক প্রোডাক্টস আমি বানাই, পোলারয়েড, স্টেবিলিটি। আর স্টার্ট করেছিলাম ওই টুকটাক করে বানানো, বাট তারপর যখন হিউজ একটা রেসপন্স পেলাম সোশ্যাল মিডিয়া থ্রুতে, তো তারপরে আরও আমি বানাতে শুরু করি। এখন আমি এক্সিবিশনেও পার্টিসিপেট করছি। অ্যান্ড আই গেস হোয়াট আই এম অ্যাফ্রেড অফ, ওকে, সো ফার্স্টলি আই গেস সোশ্যালাইজ করতে পারি না আমি। আই গেস সেটা একটা হিউজ ছিল, যে কাস্টমারদের সাথে ডিল করা অ্যান্ড অল। তারপর লোকে কেমন লাগবে, যেহেতু আমি সব কিছু হ্যান্ড পেন্টেড করি, এখন যেহেতু অনেক কিছু ডিজিটাল এসে গেছে, তো লোকে হ্যান্ড পেন্টেডটাকে কীরকমভাবে নেবে, তো এই জিনিসগুলোই টুকটাক ছিল, বাট থিংস আর গোয়িং গুড।
When you started the business, what were the skills you had to learn to run it? And do you still use it? If not, what are the skills that you use now?
Well, as an artist, we have to practice every single day. So first of all, I started with pencil sketch. That was like really mediocre of me to start with that. Then I shifted to fine liner pens. I mean, I still do practice stippling and hatching and all that. It takes a lot of patience. It takes a lot of practice, and I'm still learning that.
So the third and the last question for you is, if you have a business idea, what is the first thing that you should do, according to you?
Well, it keeps on changing every single day. Like I'm standing here, even when I'm standing here, I'm like bombarded with a lot of ideas. So I really want to open like my own gothic fashion brand and stuff, you know, all the merchandise and stuff. Because I don't think India has a proper gothic or edgy brand. So I'd love to have a brand like that in the name of Black Dot Dahlia.
Okay. Thank you so much, Dahlia. It was a real pleasure talking to you.
So guys, right now we have another really interesting guest with us. Ma'am, can you introduce yourself?
Absolutely. So hi, this is Runjun Gupta. I'm a certified iron lady, born to another iron lady, and really happy to be sharing my experience and my journey. So just let me give you a little brief intro about myself. I wear 3 hats. I am an architect by profession. I'm also a business coach and a consultant. I call myself the turnaround business coach. And I am also somebody who is heading an organization called BNI, which is a global organization with more than 283,000 members across the globe. In India, we have 40,000 plus members, and I'm proud somebody who's actually heading it in Kolkata as a regional head.
Wow, that sounds amazing. You've got so many different roles that you play and so many businesses that you handle. So when you come up with a new business plan, how do you go about it?
So I think one very crucial point in coming up with any business plan or an idea is the clarity. I think that's one very important thing that, you know, when you want to start something, you have to be very, very clear that that is something that you really, really want to do. And I'll tell you why, you know, because as you go forward, there are going to be a lot of obstacles, there are going to be a lot of questioning, there's a lot of things that are going to come which is going to probably either, you know, stop you or deviate you. So you need to be very clear and focused in terms of this is something that you want to do. So that's the first thing I'm going to say is get your clarity of the business plan or of the business that you really want to do.
Okay, so, you know, clarity and getting your foundation straight sounds a lot like something to do with business planning, right? So what are the skills you would say someone would need to write out your entire business plan?
So I think the skill set I would actually say is a competence in the area that you want to actually put up your business in. Because once you have that kind of strength, that you know that you have that passion as to why you want to do it, it becomes easier in terms of putting those steps out. Yeah. Okay, and the more important thing over here again is to set that vision, you know, because as business owner, as entrepreneurs, you are the one that's putting the lead out there. So it's very important to create that big vision which you're going to put as your main goal and focus and break it down into smaller parts in form of a business plan or for the people that are going to come together for you. So I would say that is essential.
Wow. So what did you do when you got the idea for your business?
So something very interesting happened, you know. So I belong to a family where my mom and dad both were into business. So when I wanted to start, and this idea happened when I was actually doing internship for my architecture, and I was working for another company, and you know, that's when I realized that I actually can be my own boss. I don't want to work under somebody. And I got very excited, and it was just after college, so I thought I'm going to get a lot of support, you know, I'm going to go and share it. But just the opposite happened. Nobody supported. You know, because when I wanted to start a business, it told me, oh my God, you know, you're a woman. Women can't do business. You know, it's all about competition and it's too early. You should get some more experience. It's too early to get started. You'd probably think of, you know, getting an experience. And as a woman, you know, what safer thing would be? Get into service, get married, have kids. And that's like, you know, more a safer plan, right? So that is what initially happened when I actually wanted to start my business. But you know, that actually gave me more confidence because as I shared, since I was so clear in terms of I was wanting to do it, I started my business with just 2 things. I had a camera and a laptop of my own, nothing more.
Okay.
And from there, I built my business to where it is right now, where I'm doing not just pan-India business. Currently, we're doing project in Hyderabad Airport as well as Bangalore Airport, but I've also done projects in Dubai and Nairobi, Estonia.
Wow, that's quite impressive. Right. So, I mean, you know, obviously it's not nice when you try to start something or you try to achieve your dreams and people are always, you know, telling you that you can't really go for it. What are some other challenges that you face?
So other thing is people will test you out. They will really see whether you can really deliver or not. And I think other challenge also was building the right team, getting the right mindset of people who are really supportive of what you are doing. See, because again, architecture is quite a man's world, where you see a lot of architects, they're okay to accept if there's a man coming in. But the minute you see a woman on site and who's trying to dictate the terms in terms of design, in terms of how the work has to be done, a lot of question marks go up. So a lot of testing happened, a lot of time it took in terms of getting that confidence from people that yes, we can deliver. But I think once it did happen, we did have a lot of people as clients who supported us. We had a lot of people as vendors who supported us when they realized what work we were looking at doing, and what we could really achieve in terms of, the commitment, in terms of design, in terms of uniqueness. So I think that was something that really helped. It's all about, finding the right people with the right attitude and the right synergy that are willing to work with you. Because a lot of people will be against you, but there are also a lot of people that will be with you. So I think it's all about finding those right mindsets, the right attitude, the right vibration and the energy that's going to work with you.
So, starting your own business, it's quite a massive thing to take on. It's there's everything from the littlest things to the biggest things. So when you're writing out your business plan, which will, basically lay the foundation, what are the things you have to keep in mind?
Okay. So the important things to keep in mind in the business plan is what is the vision that you're looking at achieving. See, when you put that big vision, it becomes easier to break it down into small goals. Because big vision is like, like that big elephant. Yeah. So normally you say, how do you eat an elephant? Bit by bit, yeah. Right? So we actually start creating that big vision, and then we start putting the plans, like the steps to how we are going to get to that. So you find out, okay, the team that I would need, the people I would need, the finance I would need, what kind of clients or target markets that I really want to aim at, which are the kind of organizations that can actually be supportive. Okay, so if you see BNI as a networking organization is something that teaches you networking, which none of the business schools do. So for me, associating with BNI was fantastic because I literally started building my network very strong in a city in Bangalore where I was not born and brought up in. I was born and brought up in Kolkata, right? So I went over there, did my schooling, did my architecture, set up my company, and getting into an organization like that helped me build my network very, very strong. That really helped me get international level projects, that helped me get fantastic projects even in Bangalore city, where I got a name for actually, in the hospitality segment, where our projects have won awards. So those kind of leveraging will happen when you really focus right. So putting those steps in place just helps you get aligned better in terms of moving, okay, which direction I'm going, because it's very key as to the direction being right than the speed or anything else.
Okay, that's so great. So this was obviously very inspiring for me, but for all of us watching at home, do you have any advice, especially for the young women who are just coming up with their own careers or their own businesses? Any ideas for them or advice for them for how they can go ahead with their business plans?
Okay, one big message that I would like to share, this again from the heart, is that don't give up on your dream. Never ever give up on your dream, because please know this, if the dream came to you, there's a reason. Because you were the only one that could actually make it happen. So don't give it up just because someone says it's too big. Don't give it up because someone says it's not going to happen. Don't give it up because someone says you will never be able to do it. Because trust me, you are the one that's going to make it happen. That's the reason it has come to you. So never give up on your dreams, because you have the capacity, the bandwidth, the energy, everything that you need to make it happen. So that is going to be my one messaging. And just believe in yourself, because normally they say, and this is I believe, you just need one person to believe in you to make your dreams come true. But in most of the cases, it's you. So just don't give up on your dreams.
Wow, that's so nice. Thank you so much for talking to us today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So hello, and I'm here today with Mr. Anup Kumar Singh. So Mr. Singh, can you introduce yourself to our viewers?
I'm an insolvency professional and I'm taking care of resolution of stress assets in banking domain.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this enterprise that you've set up, it's your enterprise.
Yeah.
You have set it up from scratch.
Yes.
So can you tell us how do we convert our idea of setting up a business into actually setting a successful business? Like, how do we get our idea to be a successful business?
Well, for any business, one has to set up. First and foremost is the experience you gain during the line, whichever you choose.
Yeah.
And you have to have the perspective of learning the trade in all its vastness. You have to understand the intricacies, and you have to spend enormous time in that, so that you understand different kind of challenges that comes on the way. And once you have gained control and you have kind of understood how the trade works, then you should look at setting something for yourself, because at the day's end you are not only setting something, you are setting it to succeed.
Yeah.
So whatever you do, first gain knowledge about it, both academically and on the field, and spend a reasonable period of time. It could be depending upon the work you have chosen. It could be 5 years, 10 years. In my case, I spent almost 20 years before I started with this entrepreneur activity that I've taken up.
Yeah.
And now it is, I'm finding it quite satisfying, because I kind of understand how it works.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when you got the idea of setting up your own enterprise, did you have to write down a business plan and maybe like put it down on pen and paper so that you know that these are the steps you have to follow?
More than writing a business plan, when you are in a particular field for a long period of time, you tend to understand wherever you're working, what are the shortfalls, what are the lacunas, what are the probable areas where one should improve upon.
Yeah.
So without even knowing, you start to create space for yourself where you can be more useful. What are the gaps that can make you more, you can add value to the work you do. So before you venture into anything, you start feeling the lacunas and the gaps in that field. So that helps you develop a model over a period of time. It is not that one day you sit with a pen and paper and you write a business model. It evolves as you gradually walk the way.
Right.
And then once you feel that you are ready to handle the pressure of standing under the sun, is the day you want to start something on your own.
Understood. So, so can you tell us that how did you take the first step in setting up your business? Like when you got the idea that okay, maybe I want to start something on my own. So what was the first step you took?
The first step was having the courage to say that I will be on my own.
So this brings me to my last question, is that if someone has an idea and they want to put it into play and they want to set up their own enterprise, like you said, they should have experience about the trade and they should know everything in that industry. Apart from that, what advice can you give them in order for them to set up their own business?
See, to set up your own business, there are a lot of young guys, who just pass out of colleges and they are doing a lot of things which otherwise some 10 years back people would not even have thought. Yeah. Young guys who just come out, you have that e-commerce platform, people are making, there are game shows they are doing, and they are making a lot of money out of it, and they are creating a lot of opportunity for others also. Yeah. So, but the bigger picture if you see is whether they have actually understood the line that they have pursued. You would see people, in fact, they have not even completed their graduation and they take up some kind of work and they excel because they have done enormous research on that particular work and they are very confident that this would click. And there is a pedigree which comes by the knowledge you gain out of what you want to do. Your competence comes out of knowledge. What I emphasize is knowledge, something you learn while you are at work. I firmly believe what academics brings in is enormously important, but it has to be coupled with the experience that you gain on the job. So people have done a lot of research, might be 1 year, 2 year, 5 year, and they feel that this would click. You have a lot of access to information today, which unlike yesteryears, which was not there. Every information is right there in front of you, on your laptop, on your mobile phone. So the growth trajectory is faster today. People are far more exposed now. They have, world is not round anymore, it is flat now, because you can access people across the globe in a matter of minutes. So when there is so much of loading and unloading of information, there is so much of access to success stories, there is so much of knowledge which is decimated, percolated down the ladder. So people with talent, people who are giving themselves that chance to be one among the entrepreneurs around, the young Turks, the young entrepreneurs, they definitely stand a chance.
Absolutely.
That's
So,
what I will tell you.
thank you so much for giving us an insight into how you set up your business and what it actually takes to become an entrepreneur. So thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thank you.
So guys, today we learned about the importance of writing a business plan.
We also learned how that same business plan can be given a direction.
But before we go, let's head on to the quiz section of today's episode.
And the first question is, what is that thing which one should remember to start a business plan? And second, if you do not have a funding, will you still start one?
So come on, send us in your answers and stand a chance to win some amazing prizes. Log on to www.mapofme.in and send your answers.
Well, do not forget to be a part of the 26-step challenge. Share your business plan with us. We might help you too. Stay tuned. Keep watching.
It